You better be there when I shake. Watch me rockin' if I can't stop. If I should fall, just go ahead. Go and catch me, baby. Ooh, I live it. That's my true love, true to love. Ooh, I love it. Crank it up, yeah. Turn it up, turn it up.
Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tia, aka Teacup Simmer, and this is our speed build for our stepmom let's play. So if you guys have been seeing what's going on with the recent expansion pack, the Parenthood Game Pack that recently came out for The Sims 4, I started a new LP. It's a really small mini series currently. If you guys actually like it enough, we might end up expanding it till later, because there are a lot of really cool characters that I've been playing with. And so this speed build is going to be the house for the LP. The first episode for the let's play is called Stepmom. The first episode should be out now already. If you guys want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the card on the video. But this house was actually based around the layout for a hashtag Rory build challenge. If you guys have heard of Rory Plays The Sims, she's a really great simmer and builder, and well, not necessarily builder, but she streams. So she streams a lot of things, and she does a lot of challenges. She's really amazing. I'll leave a link to her channel in the description box below, but she puts out a Rory Builds challenge every month, and I always love them because I can build things and I have ideas when like inspiration strikes me, but I do really well when it comes to like challenges and someone just putting something in front of me and saying, hey, what would you think this would be like, and trying to decorate. And so I used the layout for that, for her challenge for, I'd say it was May probably, or May or maybe April was the layout I used. I'll leave a link to the post that she put up on Twitter, but the layout is very simplistic. It included 2 bedrooms, a master bedroom, a bonus room, and three bathrooms, and then like a kitchen area and a living area. And so I kind of repurposed that layout for this build, just because I wanted something different for this let's play, just because it's a completely new story. We haven't done anything with it before. I didn't really want to pull anything from the gallery because I do like building my own stuff and decorating. And I really wanted to play with a lot of the stuff that came in the new game pack. I used a lot of the items from the new game pack. Everything in this build is going to be just EA, so there's no custom content. So you guys should be able to find this on the gallery by the time this goes up. So if you guys check out my origin ID, which is Teacup_Simmer1, you should be able to find the builds on the gallery. And you can also look under the hashtag Teacup Simmer. I always put all my builds underneath that. But I had a lot of fun with this one, just because all of the characters that are in our Let's Play are very distinct characters, and so they have their own personalities. And so being able to kind of build and play with a lot of the stuff that came in the game pack and being able to use a lot of the new stuff, that's kind of the thing that I like about adding in whenever EA adds in a bunch of new things for all of us wonderful simmers to play with. We get to make more personality choices for our Sims. So because there are so many more styles and so many more ways for things to turn out, we can be a little bit more unique when it comes to, oh, well, this character has more of like an old world style, or this looks like it would be a little bit more worn. And a lot of the stuff in the game pack, when it came to like, if you look at a lot of the stuff that came in, like the bathroom stuff, the new shower, the new cabinets, a lot of the stuff is more worn, used, not necessarily like old or anything like that, not necessarily antique either, but it looks like it's from it's a certain type of style that a lot of simmers like, and a lot of it would work with a lot of different Sims personalities. Whereas a lot of the stuff we gotten before, we've gotten like I think mid-century stuff with a lot of the I think the bowling night stuff pack. We got a lot of mid-century stuff with that. We got a lot of like modern stuff with the cool kitchen stuff. So everything kind of works with itself for a lot of different styles, so everybody can kind of do whatever they want, which I really enjoy. And so I kind of played with this area a little bit. I stuck with a lot of black and white for the base colors, and then I used a lot of the new stuff we got. Some stuff from bowling night, as you can see, with the mid-century like chairs for the island. I just kind of focused just on using maybe one color for like the pop of color in an area, and then the rest of it was just black and white, which I had a lot of fun with. So the kitchen and the dining area was more of like a teal turquoise kind of color with the black and white, and then the living room was more of like a yellow or orangish color plus the black and white, which I think looked really cool. But I did have, what was I thinking? I don't know. I always do really bad at doing voiceovers because I always want to talk about the build, but I also just want to talk about like whatever the heck comes to my mind. So I did want to share a story with you guys. Recently, I was watching my sisters over the weekend, and it was something really creepy happened. So we ordered pizza. Well, not necessarily we. I don't eat pizza. Well, that's okay. That's also a lie. I need to be very specific. I eat pizza when I have to. So for the past, like, I'd say 10 plus years living in my parents' house, before I went off to college, if you guys know, I've talked about it in a couple different builds. So my parents are military, so I have a lot of my parents would be gone for long periods of time, or they would someone would leave for like a weekend or for months at a time. So me and my sisters had to get into some form of a routine so that regardless of whoever was around, whether it was my mom or my dad, we always knew what we were going to be eating for dinner and what who was in charge or where we needed to get it from, and yada yada yada. So we had a setup for having we had a menu for the entire week that I came up with, I think when I was like in middle school. It was ridiculous. But I came up with this menu so that we wouldn't have to worry about what we were going to eat. So it was Mondays were leftovers from Sundays, Tuesdays was soup and sandwich, Wednesdays was takeout, so like whatever we could find, Thursdays was breakfast for dinner, and Fridays was pizza. And then Saturday and Sunday were kind of like up in the air. Saturday was whatever, and then Sunday we usually had like an actual meal, like actual food. And then the cycle would continue. However, that menu lasted for years. I repeat, years. It was ridiculous. And because it lasted for years, we always had pizza every Friday. And now I'm not that fond of pizza. I will eat it if I have to, but I'm not fond of pizza. So that explanation goes into the reason that I was actually going to tell you the story that I was actually going to tell you guys with all of that backstory. So the actual story is my sisters ordered pizza on Friday, and we ordered pizza, and I think my sister ordered it, and the place for some reason recently has not been getting their order right. So I think we waited for a good 40 minutes or so. It still didn't get here, so they had to call. And then when it finally got here, they were missing a thing of pizza, and so they had to go and call us, and we were like, oh, well, we'll send you your pizza, and we'll send you like an extra thing of cheesy sticks. The lady comes with the new pizza, and there are no cheesy sticks. So we have to call again. They're like, oh, well, we'll send you your cheesy sticks. We are so sorry. And then they send us another pizza and the cheesy sticks. Like, oh my gosh, we're so sorry. We can't believe we messed up. So we're going to give you a free pizza and free cheesy sticks. And we were all like, woo, squad goals, because we had pretty much a free thing of pizza. We got basically 2 for 1 for doing absolutely nothing except waiting, which was amazing. But for some reason, the people who send us our pizza, there was a guy around like 10 o'clock. So mind you, this is like 3 hours after we originally got our pizza. So we got our pizza, we got our free pizza. Everything was fine. Around like 10 o'clock, 10 or 11 o'clock, we got someone knocking on our door, and we don't know who it is. We check the windows, looking all creepy, like, because everybody can tell when someone's looking out the blinds, but you think they can't tell, but they can tell. Everybody knows they can tell. And so we were looking through the blinds, trying to see who it was. I could see that the car was the pizza truck. So we were like, okay, well, why is the guy from pizza here? And then one of my sisters are like, let's open the door. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So everyone who has lived life for like any period of time knows you don't answer the door when creepy people come to the door. That's not what you do. You don't answer the door. You don't go up and be like, hi, how are you? What do you want? No, you keep the door closed. And if you have like a chain or something, you can maybe open it, but you don't open the door ever. And I had to explain this to them because they were like, yeah, let's totally open it. I'm like, why would you do that? No, never open the door. So I had to get them to get on the phone and call the people who were, call the actual pizza place and be like, hey, so there's a guy here and he's from your establishment. Is he supposed to be here? Did y'all send him? Because it was super creepy, you guys. You have no idea. So creepy. He was knocking and rang the doorbell. He didn't have pizza. There was like absolutely no pizza in his hands. So we were just like, why is he here? I don't understand. And then the manager, because we got the manager on the phone, she's just like, yeah, he's not supposed to be there. He's new, so yeah, we'll call him. And we're like, okay, because it's real late and we don't really know what to do, and like it's almost 11 o'clock. He's not supposed to be here. And she was like, yeah, I totally get it. And then he got in the car and he left. But it was so scary, you guys. Like, and it was just us in the house, so we didn't really know what we were gonna do. And like one of my sisters picked up, like, we have this green thing that is like a little Pillsbury Doughboy that's supposed to like hold up your cookbooks. My mom got it a while ago, and when we were trying to figure out what to do, she picked it up. She's like, I'm gonna use it as a weapon. And I look at her and I was like, okay, you know that you're not gonna be able to hit someone like probably twice your size with that thing, right? And she's like, yeah, but Tia, it's like it would be good protection. I'm like, no. Put it down. It was just so silly. And at the time, we were freaking out, and our dog was sitting around trying to figure out what was going on. So he's barking, and we're trying to walk up to like the area next to the door, looking out the blinds. And we know this guy knows we're here. It's not like we're being quiet. So it was the most interesting thing that happened this weekend. And considering I've been spending a lot of my time with my sisters over the past couple days, that's saying a lot. We do a lot of fun things. I can't lie. Me and my baby sisters get along fairly well, more than we used to. But now I can kind of hang out with them a little bit more because they're a lot older. But I think we're about 6 and 8 years apart, each of us. So I'm the oldest, and it's very strange being the oldest of 3. It's always been a very interesting experience just because me and my sisters haven't always had like similar interests. I'm the reader and the one that does really well in school, and he's very like introverted and wants to stay in my room all the time. And then my other sister is my second sister is very fashionable and very she's not necessarily outgoing, but she's popular when she makes friends, and she likes she likes pop culture. She actually goes on Snapchat, things like that. And then my baby sister is a little bit more like me, but she's very funny and she has a lot of friends. So we're all just different. And so us having like that moment together where we're like, we don't know if the crazy guy is going to come in the door and attack us was very interesting. But I'm pretty sure I rambled through this in pretty much the entire build. I don't even know how much we have left. I think we have some left. Yeah, a little bit, but I can't really tell. But I don't really know what else to talk about. This build was actually really fun for me just because I love all of the new stuff in the game pack. Like, everything that we got looks so good. Like, it looks interesting, especially the counters. The counters are my favorite stuff, and the laundry stuff, it makes me so happy. I really want us to get more, like, I want us to get actual laundry, to be honest, like actual functioning laundry baskets, and like, other than just decor, like laundry baskets, washing machines, dryer, stuff like that. I really want that to be an item, and I know it's supposed to come, or at least we think it's going to come with the new pack that's coming sometime at the beginning of next year. I think, you know, that one that everybody's been able to vote on for the past few months, where we're voting on the styles and the all the things like that. That's supposed to have laundry in it, or at least we're supposed to vote on it. I'm not particularly sure on how that's supposed to work, but that could be really interesting. But laundry is one of those things that I like so much for The Sims. I think it would make it so much more of an experience, like an actual experience where you have to be involved. For a lot of the times, especially for The Sims, it feels like you don't have to be involved in The Sims' lives. Like, you could pretty much just like start it and then let them go, and they'd kind of take care of themselves, to be honest. But for at least now that we've included a lot of things like character values, different skills for toddlers, things like that, those things mean that you have to be involved, you have to do something, because all of your Sims necessarily won't gain those things, like the manners, learn things, if you aren't involved, which I really enjoy. And then it makes it feel like there's a little bit more time passing. And I know I've talked about this in other builds and other like voiceovers, just because it's something I find really important. We right now, we don't have a lot of like features that make it feel like time is passing in our games. A lot of the time it feels just like we're just walking into like a small tiny world that like kind of exists on its own, and it doesn't really interact with anything else. And that has a lot to do with like the non-open world part of the Sims 4. That is a lot different from Sims 3, where everything is interacting with everything, and all of the reputation of Sims matters everywhere you go, and everything doesn't feel just like a snapshot. It feels like an entire world that you're interacting in. That's mostly the difference between the two games, and also has to do with like not having seasons, so it doesn't feel like there's any like weather or year changes. But on a day-to-day basis, it feels like Sims aren't necessarily progressing in any real way, shape, or form. And especially with the incorporation of like toddlers now, and with these incorporation of the character values and the stuff that you're supposed to teach teens and children, and they like actually have like consequences for future gameplay, I find that super interesting. So we're finally at the screenshots, you guys, and I know I rambled through most of this, but if you guys enjoyed this speed build, please let me know. I don't do too many of them, but if you guys like it, I'll definitely try and do some more. Like I said, if you guys want to pick up this house, it's custom content free on the gallery. My origin ID is Teacup_Simmer1. You should guys be able to find it. If you guys enjoy the build, you should definitely go check out the Let's Play for Stepmom. We're going to be spending a lot of time here, and I've been taking in a lot of Sims from other Simmers that are going to be putting them up on the gallery under the hashtag Teacup Simmer Parenthood. If you guys want to look that up, you guys can always post families for me to include in my Let's Play underneath that hashtag, and I should be able to find them and plug them in. And I might end up doing some more builds for all of those families in the houses that I end up kind of renovating or putting together for them, because I always like renovating and adding some personality for the Sims that I end up including in my Let's Plays. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and please subscribe if you really love me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!
it when I shake. Watch me rocking if I can't stop. If I should fall, just go ahead. Go and catch me, baby.